Hello, friends. Work takes up a large part of our lives. This concerns all people in general, and Christians in particular, of course. Many people place great value on work, and beyond earning a living, work becomes a place for realizing gifts and talents, developing our skills and overall personal growth, as well as acquiring social status, a place where a person establishes themselves as a professional and earns respect. But how does Christianity fundamentally view the significance of ordinary secular work? Can we truly consider a calling from God to be solely the work we do for the church and nothing beyond that? Or, for example, if we consider secular professions, perhaps only there can some professions, like that of a doctor, be regarded as somewhat sacred, a calling from God. What about other job fields? Let's sort this out today. What does the Bible say about this? Today I want to emphasize the value of what you do day in and day out, and to show how your daily work is important and precious in God's eyes, as well as the benefits, or as we say, the blessings that are inherent in labor. And the first thing I want to clearly point out is that calling is not merely the final destination of our journey, but rather the entire journey itself, filled with experiences. God has called us not just to become someone in the future, but to be obedient to Him in the specific situation we are in at this point in life where we find ourselves right now. I want to sincerely encourage you today to view your unique calling not just as a distant destination, but rather as an enriching journey where the actions you take right here and now hold great significance. For in life there are different seasons. There are certain periods in life when you can dedicate significantly more time to church service, such as during your youth when you are not yet burdened by family responsibilities. Also in your youth, you are called to be obedient to your parents. Over time, as you start a family and have children, you take on other responsibilities, and your calling seems to expand. You truly need to learn to be a loving husband, devoted wife, and caring parent. And believe me, being a truly good husband is often much more challenging and complex than merely being a good pastor. Therefore, the first thing to note is that to enter your calling, you must understand that it won't come at some point in the future. It has already arrived. As a Christian, what are you specifically called to do at this current point in your life? God has called us to practice daily obedience to Him. We need to carefully take it step by step with Him. If we consistently act in this way, we will successfully fulfill all of His unique calling throughout our entire lives. I vividly remember when I first embraced Christianity during high school. I felt a strong calling to ministry. However, I had not yet received any formal education, and my parents, who were non-believers at that time, firmly insisted that I pursue a secular higher education. While it certainly wasn't easy for me to submit to their authority, it was precisely what I was called to do at that time, to honor and be obedient to my parents. I initially thought I was just wasting my time, but looking back at the past, I am truly grateful to them for their support, and I fully understand that this invaluable assistance has been significantly beneficial for my future ministry. By the way, let's take some time to discuss about the various professions we have already acquired or are still actively learning. After all, when we talk about calling, we most often look for the answer to the question, what should I do with my life? Where does God see me? To thoughtfully address these important questions, let us take the following passage from the Scriptures as our foundational basis for a comprehensive response. And whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Lord Christ. This is from Colossians chapter 3. Before this verse, the Apostle Paul discusses various responsibilities we have. He addresses children, loving parents, devoted spouses, and diligent workers, and draws this important conclusion. Whatever you do in life, do it wholeheartedly and with passion, as if you were doing it directly for the Lord. In other words, whatever responsibility you bear today, fulfill it wholeheartedly, as if you are serving the Lord Himself. Therefore, it is important to note today that often many people undervalue their professions, considering them not as spiritually significant as, for example, a pastor's dedicated service in the church community. But that's absolutely not the case. Any endeavor aimed at the welfare of people is a service. That's why the apostle emphasizes on whatever we do. Thus, first of all, let us note once again that any work for the benefit of others is a service. For instance, Martin Luther emphasized in his influential works that God provides nourishment to us through the diligent hands of those who engage in the essential work of agriculture. God Himself works through their hands to actively serve and support us. The same principle applies to various other professions that are dedicated to effectively meeting the diverse needs of others. Secondly, we are called to do any work as if for the Lord. What does this mean? This means that any work we undertake for someone else should be approached with the same dedication and reverence as if that person were Jesus Christ himself, reflecting our highest values and respect. This means to perform any task in the most effective, best, and highest quality manner possible. No matter if you are sweeping the streets to keep them clean, doing construction work to build safe structures, making essential repairs, cooking delicious food for others, or laboring diligently in manufacturing, approach every task as though it were for the Lord Jesus Christ himself. Imagine Jesus taking the place of each one of your valued clients. Although it is quite obvious that this person is not perfect and can even be rather annoying at times, when you consciously shift your paradigm to think that you are doing everything as if for the Lord, your attitude towards the overall quality of your work and towards the person themselves undergoes a significant and positive change as well. And by the way, for instance, a person who skillfully bakes delicious bread or diligently performs any other work with care and dedication may receive a greater reward from the Lord than a negligent pastor. Thirdly, the apostle urges us to do any work wholeheartedly, meaning not only to do it well, but also with enthusiasm. One can view work merely as a means of earning money to pay bills, or one can perceive it as a heartfelt expression of love by fulfilling the needs of others, serving them in various ways, right? I would illustrate this with a story. Imagine a weary traveler slowly passing by a bustling stone quarry during ancient times, and he notices several diligent workers nearby. They work diligently and quite hard under the scorching sun, and so he carefully approaches them and politely asks each of them what they are doing. The responses showed their differing attitudes towards the same work. One said, "I cut stone." Another person replied, "I earn 3 gold coins each day for my work." And the third smiled and said, "I help build God's house." Different people invest themselves in their work uniquely. Any profession is a service to others. Of course, unless you are doing something illegal, invest the same attitude in your work. For you are improving another person's life, responding to their need. In this way, you faithfully serve the Lord. And it is with these meaningful words that our thoughtfully chosen passage from the Bible ultimately concludes. For you serve the Lord Christ as stated by the Apostle Paul. Therefore, the Bible describes servants as individuals who are not just church workers. Service extends beyond just the activities that take place within the church walls. Any act that is specifically aimed at promoting the good of another person can be considered a service. Therefore, when you go to work tomorrow, embrace the opportunity as your true calling, where you have the chance to serve both people and God in impactful ways. So let's summarize. First and foremost, a calling is not merely the destination of your journey. It encompasses the entire journey itself. We are called by God to practice daily obedience in our lives. In life, there are different seasons, as we said, and if you are diligently studying today, do it to the very best of your ability and potential. Or if you are a dedicated mom raising wonderful children, and that is truly your calling, strive to be the best mom you can possibly be. When we are obedient in one season of our lives, God opens the path for a new step forward. Secondly, any meaningful endeavor that is aimed at promoting the well-being of people constitutes a valuable service. Don't undervalue or belittle the important work you are doing right now in this moment. Thirdly, diligently do your work wholeheartedly and passionately as if serving the Lord himself. Expand your efforts not for the boss or the client, but as if you were performing the task for the Lord himself. Do it in the best way and with enthusiasm. By adopting such a positive attitude, you will clearly see that the Lord will bless you abundantly and open new doors for you in your divine calling. You will be able to fully realize this unique God-given potential and truly embrace the opportunity to enter your very best day.